Hello, I'm Thunderchild, and this is part 2 of my video tutorial series for DaVinci Resolve, and it's about making an end screen outro for your YouTube videos. To start things off, I just wanted to say why an outro. Well, for me, it gives a sense of branding. I don't know, kind of like the sameness between my videos, and it's a pretty easy way to do that. It's just something that you tack on the end of your videos. Now I'm going to show you how to do that. I recently uploaded a video, and then we'll get into the actual how-to of this tutorial. First off, I wanted to show you what an outro looks like. I have mine here. Let's just look at this one. Like, comment, subscribe, yada yada. And it's pretty short. Now, YouTube lets you do, I believe, 20 seconds of, let's go to the Creator Studio here, 20 seconds of stuff on the end. So this has been uploaded, it's been processed, it hasn't been published yet. But if you go to your Creator Studio and then just select End Screen and Annotations, it'll bring you to this page. You know, you can do it through TubeBuddy, whatever. And since I tapped that video on the end, I have my outro stuff here. Let's move that somewhat. And then I have two, so I just hit Use Template, and I select the one that's closest to what I have. And then, of course, where was that again? About there? About there. You can... just showing you how I do. Getting those end screen annotations up. Alright, these you can move around within the square. You can make them smaller. So that's what I do. And then I just use these, the white squares here, as kind of a guide to where they should go. The first one is the hardest, and then the second one lines up pretty well. So, yeah. Now I choose a playlist, and I start with the top one, playlist, Child of Light, save. So that's my Child of Light playlist, and then select the other one for Sky Factory 3. And then if you want to preview that, you can. Let's do that. Great day. Like, comment, subscribe. Okay, so we are going to show you how to do that. After you're done, obviously hit save. And that's that video. It'll come up in a little bit. Alright, I'm going to cut here and come back with some more stuff on how to actually make the outro. Alright, for the background of our video, we're probably going to want a bit of a picture. I have an example here where we have a picture in the background with kind of the layout that we want for our end screen, is what it's called. Yeah, so to do that, I'm going to use Gimp. Now, Gimp is free software. I'll have a link to it in the description, and it's kind of like Photoshop. What I really like about it is its ability to use layers and to only affect the layer, one layer at a time. Now, I went to select a new image. I'm not going to really explain a whole lot about Gimp, just as a warning. If this is something that you're interested in, there's probably more resources for Gimp than what I've found for DaVinci Resolve. Now I'm going to be using the same image size as the resolution that I record in, which is 1080p. So that's 1080 by 1920. Now I have to be really careful when I type that in, because the 9, that is not 1080. The 9 that I normally use to type that in with is my record button, so I don't want to stop recording. And for me, it's best to start with a picture. And I happen to have a screenshot that I have taken from Terraformercraft. Now, again, I'm not going to explain the stuff that I'm doing. I like this picture, but I want it to be a little bit darker, not that dark. So I'm just adding a black layer with an opacity there. Now I want text. I want its size about 100, and I want it white. Check out part 1 of this series. I'm making, if you haven't guessed by now, nope, select the actual thing. If you haven't guessed by now, I am making the outro for this actual video. Let's zoom out a little bit. Check out part 1, that looks to be good. Now, probably shouldn't do something else here on the side because there's not a whole lot of room to work with. So I'm probably just going to leave that like that and then do a thanks for watching. I can type. Let's actually have that be lowercase. And maybe have that be a little bit bigger. And we'll just put that there. Now I can export that, put that in my tutorial folder, and save that as tutorial outro pic. Export, and that's pretty much all we need to do here. Okay, let's talk about music. Now, I like to have a little bit of music in the background instead of just a little bit of an image, and there's a few places you can go to get music that you can use in your videos. One is in Comptech. Another is just using YouTube. See if I can show you that as well. And note that wherever you get your music from, you're going to want to attribute that. So just going into your Creator Studio and then going down to Create, there's a bunch of music that you can use for free in your YouTube videos, and you can still, in general, monetize your video. You must, and sometimes they'll tell you that you have to have something in the description like this, and other times it says you are just free to use the song. I would attribute it regardless of whether or not it says to, like it says you have to, but that's just me. I mean, it's nice to be able to, even in a small way, point towards where you got your stuff. So that's this place, and then obviously download's pretty easy. I haven't used this. I've used this website, but not YouTube. Let's talk about this website. It has a lot of songs, and it updates every month or so, I want to say. Yeah, you get a few more songs that you can use for free. Now you can do stuff from here, but to download the song, you're going to want to go up into royalty-free music. I mean, it says you can download the full uncompressed files here, but at that point, this website wants to make you pay for them. But if you just want to download it as a compressed file, i.e. an MP3, you can do that by going up to royalty free, doing a full search, and searching for the song that you want. This is the song I picked for this tutorial. Division's the one that I have for my normal outro. And it's up to you how you want to use that. Now let's talk about creating. Here is where, let's get rid of that. Here is where I have the MP3 that I downloaded. Now I remember mentioning in part 1 of this video series that Resolve will not allow you to import an MP3. I mean, you might be able to figure that out. It could just be like a dependency. It needs to have the codecs or whatever. But the best way I found is just to turn it into a wave. And I'm going to use Audacity to do that. Now, I'm going to, first off, make this a bit quieter, and hopefully that will affect things as we do them. I'm going to zoom in so we can see when I want to stop, and I'm just going to hit play and pick a length of the song that is probably going to be somewhere between 10 and 20 seconds, because 20 seconds is the max length for the end screen on YouTube. Alright, about there is where I want to cut. Stop that. Select about there, zoom out, shift select to the end, hit delete to shorten the song, and then the last section, do that. Effect and fade out. That's all I'm going to show you how to do in Audacity. If you want to mess around with this program and learn more, you're free to do that on your own, but it's not really within the scope of this tutorial per se. And then obviously export audio, Fearless First shortened, and I'm just going to put wave in front so that I know the format it's in without having to mess with Windows stuff. Now let's save that in our tutorial folder. Save, hit OK, and it should be there. Very good. Alright, the last part of our series, the best part, is to the actual making of the outro. Let's open this up, drag our stuff that we need, our picture and our wave file, into DaVinci Resolve. And let's have at it. Oh, we are pretty far zoomed out. Let's zoom in so I can see what I'm doing. And just drag the stuff down here, expand U to be the full length of the sound. And that's going to be the length of our video is the length of sound. Now something I want to do, if we go to our effects library, which I have open right here, and for you it may be, you know, up here, maybe down here. I'm not exactly sure where the default location for the effects library is, but we're going to add some text titles. And I'm going to want 3, and this is so that we can have text on the screen that comes up that says like, comment, and subscribe. So this one's like, this one will be comment, make you a little bit longer, and this last one will be subscribe. Now, just for the way I like things, I don't want them touching. Let's edit these. If you double click on them, it will open up this menu up here where you can actually edit the text. Like, let's change the middle one to comment, and the last one to subscribe. You can probably hear my keyboard clattering about. That's okay. So let's preview this. Now we don't want the text there in the middle, so we'll just drag it down here. I want the size to be a little bit bigger. Let's aim for 1080. That looks good to me. And center that again after changing the size. And let's do the same thing for the size. Well, grab the right hand section there, Thunder. Size 1080. And then kind of center in that section. And the same for subscribe. 180. Oh, 179 is close, so there we go. 180, center here. And now the last thing we want to do is I want to have the text fade in and fade out. So I'm just going to scroll up in my effects library to cross dissolve and just drag that to the beginning and ending of these text clips. And I suppose we can leave that one blank. Let's take a look at how that looks. Here goes. You can't have that fade out. Actually, I think I do like the fade out. Yep. Now, that's the entirety of what I wanted to do for this outro. And so let's go to deliver. And like I did in part 1, start the render. It already exists. Let's render over it. I know what the other file is, so I know what I'm overwriting. So that's that. That's gonna be it for this video. When we want to use this, we just add our. Here is our new tutorial outro. I did a practice. When we want to use it, we just drag that into our media library and tack that on the end of the video that we're rendering at the time. Here's my various parts for this video. And that's going to do it for this tutorial, guys. Thanks you so much for watching. If this was helpful, leave a thumbs up. If you want to watch me play Minecraft videos, think about subscribing. And as always, have a great day.